Alright, so we said to use this app. What you're gonna do, you go to Google and you are gonna type in Google Draw. And when you go to Google Draw, you're gonna look for the Google Draw icon and you click on it and you're gonna enter into a screen looking like this. Now, if your screen is blank and you want to give a background color, you will go to Insert. So you go to Insert and you go to Images or Image and you are going to search the web for the image. So you click on Search the web. Now you want a background color, which can be whichever color you desire your background to be based on the picture. So if your picture is red, then you wouldn't choose a red background. Well, it doesn't matter because you're going to delete it. But you wouldn't really want to choose a red background to go against a red image. If your image is going to have black in it, then you would want to choose a black background. So you try to choose a background color that is not one that your image has. So I'm just going to go with black because I have a preference to using black background. So you go and you type black and you will see these squares come up, which you just choose one because all of them are just going to give you the background that you want. I'm just going to choose the first one that comes up. The insert button will come down. You can click on the insert button or you can just double click and it shall be sent to the page, and all you have to do after that is just adjust it so that it format it so it fits the page. Alright, so you just do it like that. Okay, so there it is. So that is putting in your background. The next step now is to insert an image that you are going to want to create your mosaic of. So you go again and you go to insert, you go to image, and you again are going to search the web. And you search the web for whatever image you want. So we're going with flower. So we just click flower. This works better with cartoon items. So I'd click cartoon flower or cartoon whatever it is that you want. I find that it tends to work better when the images are in cartoon format. And you just go and you choose whichever one you like. Keep it simple. So you don't want one like this here that has a lot of details going on and so forth. You want something simple. So I'm just gonna go again. I'm just gonna go with this one. Double click on it or click the insert button and it will be sent there. So I'm gonna go with this one here. Even though it has eyes and so forth, I'm just gonna, when we delete the image, it will, I'm not gonna put in those features, so those will be deleted when I delete the image. So we have an image that we want to work with. It's fairly large, it uses up the space well. So the next step now is to start to create those tesserae, which are the small pieces that we're going to use to create the mosaic. So we're going to draw these small shapes now all over the image so that we can create the mosaic. So what we do, we go to insert and we go to line and go down to polyline. Now polyline will allow you to create shapes. So it's a feature that allows you to draw the shapes that you want. So we want some enclosed areas, we just don't want random lines. So create the polyline and you just drag your cursor and you just try to create small shapes within these bigger areas, and we're going to just leave a little space between them. So once we create these little shapes, the default color is usually this blue shade. To change it, we go to the paint fill color, and since we want it to look like the image that we chose, we're just going to go back with this red that Looks like it matches very close to the image that is there. And we just continue drawing these irregular shapes, these tesserae, to fill up the space. Now remember, they don't have to be all the same shape. They're random irregular shapes, so you may have some triangles, some circles, different polygons and so forth. But I'm just gonna keep mine simple and do just some basic four-sided figures. And I will do that until I put the shapes in and I have completed the entire diagram. So I'm just gonna go in, do that, close it up, and I will continue. Continue until I get to the end of the flower. Now I said this will take a while. It is not something that can be done quickly. So we started last class, so we're going to continue working on the pieces that we started last class. And if we are not finished when the class is up, then you can continue working on them and then you can submit them by the next class. So that's all we're just going to do. Take our time, draw these random shapes, and just fill out the spaces. Yes, it's a bit time consuming, but it's very easy to do, and it is a nice way to create mosaics. So you get the idea. So you do that now for every aspect of the flower. So let us say I am finished with the red. So I've done some of the red. I'm going to show you now. So we go back to line again, back to polyline. This time we want to put in the green. So we just go down to the green area and we do the same thing. Again, the default color is going to be that blue. So you come back to the paint and you look for a green. So you want a green that somewhat matches this one here. So I'm going to just select that one. Yes, it looks like it matches pretty closely. And I will just continue creating these little shapes until I have completed this little section of the flower. And then I can go over to this section and I do the same thing. Now, if you realize that this green, it is different from the other green, so you're going to want to change it. So you do the same thing again. Back to the paint jug and try to see if you can find a green. Not seeing one that's the exact match or close, but it doesn't really matter as long as you have the two different greens, so you can always go for just another green. So I'll go with that one. A bit brighter, but we'll get the contrast in the colors when we are finished, and we just continue putting in our random shapes. Try to stay within the boundary of the leaf or whatever the shape is that you are doing, so that when you are finished you can see the outline of the picture that you chose. So that's basically it. So I showed you that this is a completed one. So when you've gone through and you've done, taken your time and you've broken it up into the small pieces, what you will do is that you will delete the background. So when you're finished, you're gonna tap on the image and you're just gonna delete it. Now, this is all that I have done so far, so you can't really see the flower itself, but everything that I have drawn so far is here. If I undo, it comes back. So when I've completed the entire flower, leaves and all, then you will get to see the shape of what it is that I am doing. So I'm hoping you're able to follow along, you understand what is happening, and you can complete yours.